Well, this is video 88, Empire Total War, United Provinces, played on hard. This is the attack on Ceylon. Just to remind you, it's the Marathas that have crossed and been dropped by a fleet on one turn, and then on the second turn they've started to attack my fortress in the centre of Ceylon. You've seen the first part of the battle, and this is the next part of the battle. You've noticed some cavalry have got through. He's managed to attack in various parts of the wall, so that he's attacking one side of my infantry unit, who then go and charge him, and then he gets another load up the other side, releasing the door. You'll see the little flag over the top of the door there, and that's driving him through. Now, I had placed my chevaux and I've put my infantry there in a square in the middle. You think his cavalry had charged very neatly, wouldn't you? You know, across there. I've put the game on pause here while I was playing it for obvious reasons. I thought, oh no, they're all suddenly pouring in. What on earth can I do? So I'm now looking at who's been defeated on the walls, who can be spared from the walls to rush them back in there towards the centre to help those chaps in the middle there. If the middle goes, if the centre goes, then that unfortunately is the end of the battle, and I would lose, and I'd lose all my men here, and I would lose Ceylon as well. So it's absolutely essential that we keep that centre. So he has managed to get past us. It is tricky when he's got artillery and such a lot of infantry, and there's combat armed infantry as well, because you know, he can bash down a part of the wall with your troops on it, so you keep away from those parts of the wall, and he can get over those parts. And all he needs to do is get on one of those staircases. You'll notice there's 2 staircases on each wall. 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 8 different staircases that he can use in order to get down after you. Yeah. All he has to do is, once he's got over the wall, he can come down that staircase, or he can simply turn left or right and go across the way in, the gate, just above the gate. Once you go across there, the flag changes to theirs, and that means his troops that wouldn't normally be able to get in, such as pikemen. I know we haven't got any of these at this battle, but artillery and also cavalry, and particularly elephants as well, are able to get through then. So it is important that we keep and hold those places. You see those at the back that we're holding on there. The troops on the other gateway, the one that he's pouring in through, you can see they're occupied there with infantry both to the left and to the right of them. It's those that are to the left of them there that we can see now that are holding my troops away from that gateway, and that's what's enabled him to pour in and get through. In addition to that, what's happened is his cavalry have come in, and instead of charging straight for the centre as is normal, what they've done is they've gone round the house and attacked my general's horse. Now that's quite normal on a battlefield. You would see them go straight for the general's horse because they want to demoralise your army. It's not normal in my experience in an assault situation like this. You'd expect them to go directly towards the centre. There they are, over that side there, all attacking my horse. I have to get that horse out of there because I'm just going to lose them. I'm not too worried about losing the general, by the way. I only wanted him in there so that I could build some extra fortification. You see those chevaux that I put down that I was telling you about before? That's because I've had a general in there, and I've had him in there for a substantial period of time. You need to have him in there, I think it's 1 or 2 turns, certainly. Certainly 1 whole turn in there. So I've got my infantry down from the wall. This is the wall that's away from their attack. I believe it's the south wall. And what I'm doing is I'm lining those up there so they can fire along the sides. I'm leaving my infantry in the centre there, in square formation, to take on the attack from their infantry. The problem that I've got is that he's attacking from all sorts of different angles, so I couldn't possibly have a line, and I do need to hold that centre point, so I have to be in square formation. Any of his cavalry that come through I'm very, very confident about, because that chevaux will just murder any of them. So his cavalry will die. He's got camels as well, the same thing will happen to them. So I'm really just not worried at all about the cavalry. It's really all this combat infantry that's getting close to my infantry square that's concerning me at the moment. So bring down all the infantry as soon as I can, line it all up, get some fire to the left and to the right. Virtually give up the walls now. It's always good, if the enemy does get inside your walls, to run across the gateways and seal them off. That means no one else can get in unless they climb the walls, of course, and no cavalry can get in, you know, while you're dealing with the infantry there in the centre. So that's the sort of thing I am doing. I'm running across those walls if I can. He's got plenty of infantry around though to climb them back up again. He's got quite a high morale as well, so it's not like fighting regulars where if they're defeated by the shot and the cannon fire from the wall, they'll then decide, oh crikey, there's no way we're going to win this. They'll turn around and flee, and then they're gone, and then even if they don't rout off, they'll end up walking off because they know they've lost the battle. But these chaps, I've got to be careful how I use the word these days, haven't I, really? But these chaps are extremists. They are people who fanatics, perhaps that's a better word, I don't know. But there's all sorts of religious differences between these two peoples, and there's a real hatred. I'm pretty sure I remember reading some 17th century books and diaries and things, and I'm pretty sure that the not only did they think of us as infidels and called us infidels to our face, even at the very high echelons of society, but I think they actually called the Christians pigs as well. So I mean, they really did consider them to be I don't know how to describe it really, but lower than the low, basically. So there's a kind of fanaticism here that a unit of say 17 or 10 or whatever troops that are left in a unit who've been defeated twice from the walls and fired at will then try climbing that wall again and come back over. So that's what's happening here in the middle. Their morale is staying, no matter how much punishment they're taking. I'm going to attack them here now, as you can see, from the flanks. Bearing in mind, of course, we're quite safe from cavalry as well, which is rather nice to know. I've got some poorer troops, quite a lot of poorer troops in here, as you know. We've got the sepoys, and it's my VOC infantry. They're the ones coming back from the wall here. They've just been fighting somebody else. They've not just been standing there doing nothing. You'll notice, of course, as well that what's been happening is while I've had my men on melee attack, he's just run straight through them and come straight down those steps there. So I haven't attacked the people, because what normally happens is when he's attacking you and he climbs walls, if you double click on the sword and fight them on melee, when they run away, you tend to go climbing down the ropes after them, and I didn't want that to happen. So what I've done is I've put them on melee attack and stood them. So what he's done in that situation, without me noticing, is he's run his men through them and down the steps, much like I'm doing now, coming down those steps there into the back of those chaps that have obviously gone past me already. They've suffered terrible casualties as they've done that, mind you, and they'll be absolutely exhausted. I don't know if you notice that little flag there over the gateway, preventing those other troops from getting in to the fort who are outside, but they'll be waiting for their opportunity. Well, at the moment, I've got him boxed in, totally boxed in. He can't escape anywhere, he can't run away anywhere, so I don't even need cavalry really to chase him down. I've got the walls to hold him back. He can't get through the doors. He can go up the steps, of course. That's about all he can do. There you go. I'm charging those militia troops through there now. We've got bayonets, of course, which gives us an advantage over some of his troops, although they have a high morale and very good combat, and certainly a very good charge value as well. Oh, you see those camels there trying to get through. See all those dead camels on that chevaux de fris there? That's the difference the chevaux de fris has made to us. Yeah. Definitely worth getting them if you can. Get a general in there, at least a turn ahead of an attack going in, and you can have those additional features. You can also have entrenchments, by the way. I don't recommend getting those. There's no point in an assault, because he's not going to stand and fire at you while you hide behind your entrenchments. And entrenchments have got no advantage whatsoever when you're in hand-to-hand combat. So it really would just be a waste. Throw down your chevaux de fris, unless of course they're going to get away with your own cavalry. That is, of course I haven't got any on this occasion. These are the ones that are piling up outside the door, hoping to get in. They've gone up the steps and they're going around that way. What they'll do now, coming over there, while all my men are in the centre, is they'll open that gate, of course. In will pile more cavalry. But like I said before, we don't really care about that. Now these chaps, they're going up the steps, obviously, because they can't get through that door on that side there. And these ones here are having the same problem. So really, we're killing as many as we can. But don't forget, he's caught. He's in Ceylon. He's basically going to run away on this occasion and be somewhere in Ceylon for me then to be able to pick him off. I can reach anywhere in Ceylon from the capital of Ceylon. So anything that gets away from here now, I'm going to mop up afterwards anyway. Just want to really reduce their numbers as much as possible and make that mopping up as easy as possible for myself, as easy as I possibly can. I've got some close-ups coming later on, perhaps in the next video, I'm not too sure, but you'll be able to see the elephants coming in, so it's worth sticking around. It's quite good fun watching the elephants. I always enjoy that. It saddened me the first time I saw them fall, to be honest, but anyway, I've got over that now. Come and watch the next video, please. Might be more fun than this one.